If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, Christine McIver.
Everybody, welcome. I am your host, Christine McIver, and tonight we have another business show for you here on the Inspired Choices Network with my show, Inspired Choices. So we are going to be talking all about business and changing the course of your success. Now, as I've said in the past, anything that I talk about in business can be applied to you in your career. You do not have to have your own business in order to take advantage of these tips and tools and the guidance that I provide for you each and every week, but it definitely will contribute to you if you are in your own business. So before we get started, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I am the owner and the founder of Inspired Choices Network. And I am very, very happy that for everything that we've been creating and all the amazing shows that we have here on the Inspired Choices Network. And I'm also a business coach. I'm a strategic business coach. And I work with individuals that have their own business or with corporations to help them to really go and grow in the direction of their desires. Sometimes it's simple, basic how-tos, and other times it's really stepping back and looking at things from a big strategic perspective. And that's what we're going to be doing tonight, is we're going to be talking about how you can be creating your success, looking at the bigger picture. So if looking at your business is something that you would like to do more of, if this is something that you would like to get some more insight into, I would love to hear from you. You can send me an email, Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. You can, of course, find me on all social media platforms. You just look up my name and you see this face. That's me. And if you're watching right now from Facebook, welcome. I would love for you to just type in the comments, #live, or if you're watching the replay, #replay. And I would love to hear your comments and any questions that you might have throughout the show. And of course, you can come over to inspiredchoicesnetwork.com, click on the chat room along the menu bar, and you can join us live in our chat room. And you can even join us in the recording studio if you like. I love to answer questions, and I'm always available for each and every person who would like to come over there. So let's dive into tonight's show. We're talking about change the course of your success. Now, how many of us are really, especially at this time of year, we're getting near the end of this current year, where today is actually December the 29th, 2021. And we're coming to a close, and a lot of people are starting to, and maybe have already done a great deal of observation, but really starting to look at where they're going and where they have been in the last year and what they want the next year to really look like. One of the big things that I know a lot of people do is they look at their previous year, oftentimes with regret. Oftentimes they are wishing that they had done better and really kind of questioning what the future might look like. I would love to invite you tonight to put that all aside. Just put it aside. Keep an open mind in what else is really, really available to you with your business as we dive into tonight's show. So changing the course of your success, or continuing to be at the effect of your environment. Which are you choosing? Do you actually make choices, or are you reacting to those things around you? So many times we do find that we are more in reaction than an actual choice. And we're going to talk deeply about that tonight. Do you actually create from a strategic plan, or do you just jump on the treadmill of business and create and hope that you hit the jackpot one day? Every single one of you are powerful beings with so much awareness, more than you'll likely ever be able to even acknowledge. And what if you can begin to acknowledge even just 10% more than you have in the past? Imagine what success would look like if it was 10% more than it was at the end of this year. What if at the end of next year, you could honestly say that it's 10% more? You're 10% happier, you're 10% more organized, you're 10% more successful, you've got 10% more in the bank. You've been just living fully 10% more. Would that actually be a contribution to you? And I wonder what kind of a contribution that would be to your business. So let's dive right in, shall we? Most people are honestly making choices based on what is going on outside of them, what's going on around them. It does not matter whether this is your first year you've been in business or your 23rd year that you've been in business. It doesn't matter. The same principles apply. If you are looking outside of yourself and continuously making choices based on what everyone else is doing, what's going on in the market, what's going on in the stock market, what's going on across the countries, what's going on with your competition. If you are making those choices based on looking outside of you, you are going to fall short every single solitary year, because the main voice that you are not paying attention to is the one within you. If you have listened to any of my shows in the past, you know that I've talked about connecting with your business. Your business is an entity. It has a voice of its own. Everything in the world is energy. And the very cool thing is when we come up with an idea, when an idea starts to be created within us, it starts to grow from energy. As your business has come to fruition, it has begun to have its own energy. And the very cool thing, without going into scientific anything, the very cool thing is that your business can actually communicate with you. And oftentimes but we're not listening. How do you listen to your business? How do you hear the great choices that will make a big difference in your success? What is it that we can do to really change the course of our success? It's to stop and go within yourself. Connect with you. Everything around us, we are a sensory machine. Our bodies are sensory machines. They are sensing things all of the time. And if you've ever been told you're too sensitive, I want you to celebrate that, because you are already on your way to sensing where your business can communicate with you. How cool is that, right? I remember probably the first 40 years of my life, people saying I was too sensitive, and my back would get up. I would get so defensive, because to me, what that meant was I was a crybaby. I feel emotions very intently. And when somebody would say that I was a crybaby, what they were saying was I was weak and I didn't know what I was doing, and I didn't know how to move forward in life, that I was actually going to fail. Oh my God, the absolute opposite is true. When I started to take some training courses around intuition, the group of people, and I've told this story before, but just hang with me, the group of people that I was taking the training with, they all sensed things differently than I did. They had their intuition come to them differently. Well, Christine went into conclusion again. How many of you guys go into conclusion when you're not like those around you? And I concluded, well, there must be something wrong with me, because, obviously I'm doing it wrong. Well, that was wrong. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just not aware of how to listen to my intuition. And here's the biggest gift. Here's the absolute biggest gift. If you are an emotional person, if you are sensitive, if you sense a great deal, your emotions are your guide. They're like your map. Have you ever had a map to your business? Have you ever had a map to relationships? I know that there was so many times I would say, I wish somebody would just make a choice for me. I don't know what choice to make. And interestingly, it's not a coincidence that my business is called Inspired Choices, because the biggest thing is to be inspired with your choice. And to be inspired is to sense the spirit within you. So your emotions can show you very, very clearly where would be the next great step for you. Would be the next great step for you. So I want you to go back to that moment, and I refer to this all of the time. Go back to that moment when you first thought about starting your own business, when this idea, this creative idea came to you about starting your own business. How excited were you on a scale of 1 to 10? How excited did you get? Now, I only want you to imagine, I only want you to go back to those first 5 minutes when you were thinking about your business, because we are so fast that we are oftentimes going so quickly through the creation, through the experience of the ideas, that we can really jump quickly into other people's points of view, or we can start to worry about other people's points of view and leave our own experiences in the dust. I want you to liken it to being with your family around the dinner table, and you start to have a conversation about something, and you're really being present, and you're looking at each other in the eyes, and you're really talking to each other, and you're connecting. And then something is said, and you're confused by it, you're challenged by it, you're maybe even a little sparked in not a very great way by it, and you reach for your phone. So you go to seek outside of you. How many times have you gone to seek for an answer through your phone or through your computer? These are amazing tools. They are fantastic. You're probably not going to find anybody that's excited about technology than me. I love technology. I say all the time, I'm so grateful I was born at this time in the universe to be able to have the opportunity to not only have computers and phones and all of the rest of it with me, but I also get to create a business using technology. Like, that's so cool, right? That just lights me up. But the fact of the matter is this tool or your computer is not going to bring you your intuition. Your computer and your phone is not where your spirit lies. Your spirit lies within you. So the very first thing to get you on course to greater success is to connect in with you. You are the voice. You are the energy. You are everything for your business. And your business desires to communicate with you, and actually already is. And for you to be able to hear your business even more strongly, to connect with your business intuitively, is you need to go within you. There's many ways that you can do this, and we're going to play with that tonight throughout the show. This is one of my favorite things to do, is to really teach business owners to connect with themselves, to connect with the voice of their business, to allow their business to support them. I want you to think of your business as your business partner. Your business is here to partner with you, to bring you the success and the joy and the pleasure to create even more. So we're going to go off to our first break of the show. And when we come back, we're going to dive more into how to connect more deeply with your business. You're listening to Christine McIver here on the Inspired Choices Network, on the Inspired Choices radio show. If you're on Facebook watching us, thank you so much for joining us there. We're going to be ending the Facebook Live, but I would love for you to come over and connect at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. We'll see you there. Bye for now.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email become a host at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, you're listening to Christine McIver here on the Inspired Choices Show on the Inspired Choices Network. And tonight, it's all about change the course of your success. Now, I want you to know, whenever you're listening to this show, if you're listening to it on demand, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. You can change the course of your success when you choose it. That's it. That's how it goes. You know, I know a lot of people are looking at they take the time to sit back and look at their businesses and look at their lives and create a plan for 2022. Well, if time is not real, and we know that it isn't, the calendar does not have to denote when you begin to succeed, when you change the course or not. That's not what's important. What's important is you. And that's where we want to really go tonight. So when we're talking about changing the course of your success, during the first section of the show tonight, we were talking about if you're continuously making choices based on what's going on outside of you, you are going to fall short. You absolutely are. What the key is your emotions, and your emotions can absolutely show you what direction you can go in and the next great business idea for sure. So let's really dive into this, shall we? So we were talking about your business and the first few minutes of your business when this business idea started to come to you. I want you to tap into that. And a really cool exercise is to actually spend some time writing that down. Write that experience down. What you want to do is you want to solidify that experience, those emotions that you had, even more strongly within you. You want to tap back to that again and again. Sometimes when you're thinking, why am I doing this business? Why am I here anyways? You know, having a coach that works with you can remind you of those things, can keep bringing you back to those moments. And it's also great to have that right beside you in those times when you're looking at what's going on in your life and in your business. You want to be able to refer back to these things again and again. I can tell you something, my friends. No matter where you are with your business or your career, you can change it at any time. You can take an absolute turn very strongly and create it even more greatly than you've ever even imagined. And that leads me to the first question. Do you actually imagine your business being successful? What comes up for you when I say that? Are you dreaming like a wishful, I hope, I hope, I hope? Or do you honestly know that your business can be successful? Now, most people will say, well, I need to see the numbers. I need to see the numbers. I need to see the numbers. Bullshit. You do not need to see the numbers. The numbers are something that come after the fact. What do you know inside of you? Do you get excited when you think about your business? When you think about the potential of what is really coming to you, do you get excited? Do you get excited when you're doing your business? I know when I'm coaching someone, I am over the moon. I am completely over the moon. I am so excited. I get so pumped up. And when I'm done a coaching session, especially with a business owner, I have so much energy. I could probably, go running. And just for the record, I don't go running, but I am so energized. That's the emotions speaking to me again. What we were talking about in the first segment is about how your emotions speak to you, right? When you are looking at aspects of your business, maybe the business concept really excites you, but what's actually been going on in the last year, maybe that's disappointing to you. That's okay. You want to really lay out what's been going on in your business. Get really clear with it. And from the aspect of telling a story, not from the aspect of judging it. Well, you don't want to say I had bad sales or I had good sales. What you want to say is my sales were a little bit higher this year. My sales were a little bit lower this year. I had a challenge with learning a new program. I loved being on social media. All those different aspects. Look at those things, but not so much from measuring. Okay. You want to look at it as the less emotions as possible when you are describing it even to yourself, okay? Because you just want to lay out the facts, okay? Just the facts, Jack, just the facts, okay? And then what you want to do is when you've laid out the facts, I want you to get quiet. Now, one of the great things to do is to step away from your computer. Leave your phone with your computer and step away. Maybe you go into a quiet room. Maybe you go into the woods, or even, sometimes I like to just get in my car and go sit by the water and be there with the water, especially when it's cold, and just be present with nature and allow myself to be with my business in nature. Whatever works for you, whatever has you actually become present and less distractions is a really important key to connect with your business. It's very hard to connect with your business when you're sitting looking at your books or looking at your computer, because you're evaluating. So that's the looking outside of you. We need for you to go within. We need for you to go within to connect with your business and allow your business to communicate with you. And especially if this is something that you have not been doing or doing very, very strongly, you want to try to come away from the business to connect with the business even more. Here's a really great question to ask yourself. Do you allow yourself to dream, or are you trying to survive in your business? Do you allow yourself to dream? It's in the dream space of possibilities, not the I'm wishing on a star that, whatever, not that pie in the sky dreaming. I mean, really dreaming about where the business can go and grow. Do you allow yourself to connect with your business through the dreams and the possibilities? When you're in dream space, the very, very cool thing that goes on is you are not in judgment. You can't be in dream space and be judging at the same time. So when you go into the dream space and you allow yourself to receive communication from your business, that's where it can begin to communicate with you, and you're in the availability of hearing your business. Now, as you begin to do this process, and I really want to encourage you to do this at least once a week. I mean, we're only talking about 52 times a year that do this at the very, very minimum. Really, this is your board meeting. This is the most important board meeting you will have weekly, is to connect with your business and to allow it to communicate with you. And the very first thing to do is just say hello. Just say hello to your business. I do this all the time. All the time. Good morning, Inspired Choices. Good morning, Inspired Choices Network. Hello, hello, hello. And I'll say hello kind of 3 times. And after, this is my experience, and you might find yours to be a little different, but after the 3rd time, it's very cool because I can feel an energy come through my body. That's my sensory abilities, is I'm sensing my business and it connects in with me. That's the really cool way of beginning this. And as you are sitting there and you're dreaming, you can ask your business to communicate to you. You could ask your business, what would be fun for us to create this week? Where would you like me to focus today? How can we have more pleasure together than we've ever had before? Oh, the energy comes up. I can feel this. Again, I sense this every time I connect in with my business. Honestly, this is the tool that I used that has led me to having the Inspired Choices Network. And if this is the first time you've ever connected with the Inspired Choices Network, or you've ever listened, we are a global business. We have shows from all over the world. We have thousands of radio, podcast, and TV episodes. We have created with some amazing, amazing people. We have had so many guests, we can't even keep track of them all. This is growing and growing and growing. And honestly, my friends, I wouldn't have imagined it when I first thought about starting a business. I didn't have this in my awareness. So if you decided, in the moment you thought about going into your own business, if you decided what that was supposed to look like, and it's still there, or there's only a very little change with your business, you can change the course of your business and create even greater success if you start to use these tools. So the business tool that I used is, I woke up one morning and I said to my business, what would be fun for us to create today? And the way that I receive a lot of information from my business is through thoughts. And it doesn't have to be right or wrong. So this is the very cool thing. So when I receive a thought, and the thought I received was radio show, and I had just done it for a year, and there had been challenges with an old business partner. It was honestly the last thing on my mind. And I started to go into this, that energy of, oh, that's ridiculous, that's stupid. Da, da, da. My mind started to take over. My ego started to take over. And I just went, stop, just follow it. Just follow the nudge. And so just like little breadcrumbs, I started following it. And I connected with someone who had a platform to do radio and podcasts. And I said, I think I'm going to come and create a show again. And she said, great, come on over. And as I allowed my business to communicate and I kept asking questions, one thing led to another, and I started producing. And then I started having other people coming who I knew, and they started to create shows with me. And I kept asking questions. And when the business that I was working with, when they started to change what they were doing, I started to ask my business, Inspired Choices, what's the next greatest step for us? and I got to create my own. And that was really overwhelming at first. So here's the cool thing is when you get these awarenesses, write them down. It doesn't mean you have to do them or you're going to fail, because the very cool thing is our businesses will often give us lots and lots of ideas. But this one idea that I did follow, this one opportunity that was presented to me, I kept asking questions about it and it kept growing and growing. There have been other times where there was ideas that came through when I was connecting with my business and it just didn't fly. It didn't go. So you always have the choice in whatever is coming to you, in what direction you want to go. But this is the key, my friends. Ask more questions of your business. Dream bigger and bigger and bigger. Allow your business to communicate with you through those dreams, and they can be daydreams. You can just be writing or playing, or you can be, doing a drawing, whatever the case may be. You can be walking, you can be, doing meditation. You could be maybe doing some very gentle yoga, something that is meditative so that you're very present, and allow your business to keep bringing new possibilities and new ideas to you. You are always going to be the one that makes the final choice. But if you keep passing up opportunities by not listening to your business, how can your business succeed? See, the biggest thing is most businesses are trying to get our attention and we're not listening. Your job as a business owner is to listen way more than you ever have before. Your business is here to work with you. Your business is your business partner. So you want to absolutely be listening to your business partner. Okay, we're going to go for our second break of the show. When we get back, we're going to continue to dive into this, and we're going to continue to talk about changing the course of your success from a strategic perspective. You're listening to Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices show here on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Welcome back, everyone. So happy you're here tonight. We are talking all about business and how you can change the course of your success. And it's not hard. It can be fun if you are open to it. What do you really have to lose? Truthfully, it's not going to cost you any more money. It's not going to take up a great deal of your time. And you don't have to do anything except go within. Remember, you are the key to your business. You are the key. Now, one of the things that we're often coming in, this is one of the spaces I really want you to shift your thinking, is we're often thinking about what the business can give us. Give us, give us, give us. Have you ever asked, what can I contribute to my business? What can I contribute to my business? What can I contribute to my show? What can I contribute to my book? What can I contribute? You know, the simultaneity of gifting and receiving is the way that everything grows and everything wins. And this is one of the ways, is when you look at what is it that you can contribute to your business. Open up the contribution to and from your business, and allow yourself to go within and connect more easily with your business. As you keep practicing what we were talking about in the second segment, as you keep practicing this, it gets easier and easier to receive the information from your business. And you know, this is just one way to receive information, through your emotions, through energy. You might feel something shift in your body when you ask some of these questions, or your business might be so cool and it might actually have things keep showing up in front of you again and again and again. We have someone in the chat room who says that her business has been super chatty lately, and she's so grateful for when it is chatting. She said that her business has asked her to organize her files for a new group that she's putting together, and it's cleaned up. When everything is cleaned up and it's easier to find, that's what it's asking her to do. So she's been doing this. Also, her new program that she's using to actually put programs out there, it's really great. And her business talked about it forever, and she avoided it. Wow. And she's already sold things today. She's just gotten organized just in the last couple of weeks. She's just promoted it today, and she's already started to sell things. Now, how many of you are actually avoiding following the nudges, following what your business is trying to bring to you? How many of you are avoiding it because perhaps you don't feel that you actually can succeed, that you can actually go beyond where your original imagination showed you when you thought about starting your own business? The awareness, she is saying, that is that her business likes having things tidy and efficient, and actually she likes it more than she thought too. You know, it's very challenging in our businesses when we have got things all over the place, and it's very challenging to be successful when we are not being efficient and organized. Because this is something I learned a long time ago. It wasn't through my business, it was through personal things, but everything has energy. And when things are messy, when things are disorganized, that energy, that disorganization has energy, and that energy takes up space in your mind. It's actually speaking to you energetically. And when things are very disorganized and you're trying to do too many things and not completing some tasks each day, it's incredibly difficult for you to hear where it is that your business wants you to go. So when you get a spark of some new possibility to grow your business, when you're disorganized, how could you possibly add something new, right? I remember years ago, one of the things, I didn't have a very efficient accounting system set up. I was trying to do it all myself. And just because you can doesn't mean you should. And I had, this pressure. It was always kind of over there. It wasn't that things looked messy. I had things in a pretty good setup in the office, so it wasn't taking up a lot of crazy space as in papers everywhere, but energetically it was taking up a ton of space, and I was not getting that completed. Well, what was happening was, and what the awareness that I got later was, My business could not bring me more because I couldn't actually handle more when I had all these pressures that needed to be taken care of, right? Can you imagine having, 3 children and then having triplets? Like, if you're not organized with 3, God help you if you had triplets. And many business owners are wishing that they could have triplets, as in business opportunities, but yet they're not organized enough to do so. It's really incumbent upon you to have the space, energetically have the space, intellectually have the space, and physically have the space to be able to execute on more. If you want to change the course of your success, one of the keys right away is get organized. Allow yourself. What I used to do was I would take a weekend and I would be like, all right, leave me alone. I'm not doing anything else, but I would do the accounting. But that was all well and fine. But here's the facts, my friends. That accounting was always niggling at me. It would be growing and growing and growing. And I knew, oh my God, this is going to take me like a whole weekend. I'm going to have to give up an entire weekend to do this accounting. And I dreaded it. And when we dread something, we avoid it, right? And I did that again and again and again. It's like, why am I doing this to myself? Finally, I'd had enough. It was kind of like things just blew up. And it was like, okay, right, this has to change, because what I was envisioning for my business and where I was desiring to go, I couldn't go there. I couldn't receive more because I needed to get this thing cleaned out. And I actually have a team now that takes care of all of that. And each day when invoices come in, I immediately put it into a file, and I actually file it online, and so they can access it online. So I'm not shifting a whole bunch of papers all over the place. That is so efficient. And when I think about how much mental space that took up for me in the past, it was absolutely crazy. Last year, on the last day of the year, I had every single solitary thing in my accounting complete. And I maybe only took an hour that last day to gather up a few things that I hadn't yet gathered. And it was all online, available for my team to access to do my accounting. Do you know how good that feels? To be able to create the space so I can create even greater in my business. Here's a really good thing to keep in mind. What are you putting out to your business? What are you saying, to your business? How are you judging your business? Are you looking at your business with disappointment? Are you looking at your business with overwhelm? I've got way too much to do. Are you looking at your business and comparing your business to other people's businesses? Are you judging yourself within the business? Listen, every single time I am in a space of feeling stuck or overwhelmed, or I feel like I am judging myself, or I'm not sure which direction to go in, because it occurs with all of us. I have a business coach that I work with. I have coaches who I reach out to and I work with who support me to help me to come out of the overwhelm and look at it. I really shift back and look at it from a macro perspective. This is important as you begin to move beyond your standard operating procedures with your business. Getting organized is key as well. Looking at really what you would like to create. Look at what you would like to create in the next month. Look at, perhaps use a marker. You might use the number of clients that you work with. You might use the sales. You might look at output. Whatever it is that you look at a marker, allow yourself to really grow and really look at, okay, where would we like to be at the end of the next month? What targets could we work on? And when you have that target, and start out with 1 month, be kind to yourself, because you can go into overwhelm really easily. Start out with 1 month and then start to lay out the steps that you would need to take in order to hit that target. Starting to break it down in little bites allows you to see, and your business will be able to communicate with you in the direction when you're thinking about these little steps. What would be the greatest contribution if I choose this or if I choose that, right? And as you are laying things out and you're looking at them from a real strategy, you start to set out a strategy, you're going to grow your business strength. You're going to connect greater with your business, and you're going to learn what would really work for you in what direction you want to go in. I've been working on something new for probably 6 weeks now. I'm so excited to bring it to the world, but I had to slow down and I had to really lay things out step by step by step and look at every single aspect in order to create this next big step for me and my business. And it's exciting. And I'm one of these people that I want to, as soon as I think about it, I just want to share it with everyone. But that would overwhelm me and overwhelm my business. And it could likely fall flat on its face with this new strategy because I don't have all of the steps in place. You want to allow yourself the time to really connect in and lay out the steps, get your strategy in place, and have some fun along the way. That is so, so important. So we are up to our final break of the show. I've got a little bit more that I want to share with you when you come back. I would love for you to connect with me if you are looking for ways that you can grow your business, have more pleasure with your business, and really do it from a strategic perspective. Please reach out to me, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. I have a great strategic business package that I use with a lot of organizations and business owners so that we can really look at this on a whole level and start to break it all down. So it's not overwhelming for you, and yet everything is evaluated. So let's go to our last break and we will see you after these commercials.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with Coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with Coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine at InspiredChoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
All right, welcome back, my friends. Now, this last segment is going to go really, really quickly, so I'm just going to get to it. I want you to ask yourself this question and just see what comes up for you. Are you in striving mode or surviving mode with your business? Which one felt more true, maybe lighter to you? Which one kind of kicked you in the gut, right? Look at that. If surviving was stronger for you, I want you to imagine your business partner is sitting right in front of you. Would you actually tell them that you believe that together you can only survive? Would you ever say that to someone? And imagine if you had a business partner and you expressed that to them, how much would they be like, dude, you only think we can survive? Like, you're not much fun to create with. You're not making me feel hopeful. You're not making me feel like we can really do something amazing, right? Your business partner would want to leave, right? Well, your business is your business partner. Do you believe in yourself? Would you allow yourself to believe in your business? Your business came to you so it could come through you. Your business can create greater and greater and greater and give you so much information and so much awareness. It can go well beyond your imagination, but you've got to be willing. You've got to be willing to receive it, and you've got to be willing to play in the realm of possibilities. What if you actually got out of your head and you started to play? Remember when you were a little child, or maybe when your children were little and you watched them, maybe when they were building sandcastles or they were playing with blocks and they were creating something that you were blown away. Oh my gosh, look what they came up with all by themselves, right? Your business can have you create something greater than you've ever imagined, but you've got to be willing to listen. And you've got to have the knowing that it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Your dance with self-doubt is going to actually have you only hear the noise and not actually be able to hear your business speaking to you. One of our participants in the chat room said that she can get caught up in the organizing stuff and avoid the creating stuff. Yeah. And that's actually so common, because a lot of people feel the pressure. Like, what if I try to create and I don't create well? And what if I do create something and it fails? Then I'm going to feel terrible. And we go into this crazy head. You know what? There's no failure. I have created lots of different things over the years. Some of the courses that I've created were fun. And some of the other courses, they just taught me more about what works and what doesn't work for me and where I'm creating from. Am I creating it from me and what's true for me? Or am I creating it based on what everybody else out there is creating? And oftentimes I was looking outside of myself to create something that I saw was successful with other people. Today, I create what works for me. I was actually speaking to a prospect host today, and they wanted me to create something very different than the way that our business is set up here at Inspired Choices Network. And part of me was like, well, maybe I should, because, it'd be a business person, blah, blah, blah. No. I need to be true to me, and I need to be true to my business. That's very, very important. Don't get caught up in what other people feel like you should have it going in this way or that way. You've got to really check in with you and be true to you and be true to your business. But start to play with your business. Start to communicate with your business. And if you would do something different, don't sit in front of that computer to create. Don't sit in looking at your books to create. Go do something that you enjoy doing. One of my things that I love doing is swinging on a swing. And when I go out and I swing on a swing, I am not connected to the hows or the whats, I shoulds. I am really in play mode. And this is where things start to grow. I really do hope that you have fun with your business and you enjoy your business and you allow yourself to enjoy yourself in your business. Next week, we're going to have another show for you. It's the number one task for all business success. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk more about what we are talking today. I hope you'll join us. Until next week, remember, you can always make another choice. Bye for now.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.